Concern about how to treat high cholesterol with a history of statin intolerance is a common question I encounter online. If this is relevant for you, I hope you enjoy this short reel that I put together on an important option to know about, bempedoic acid. If you can't tolerate a statin, is there actually a real alternative? Let's talk about bempedoic acid. Hi, I'm Derek. I'm a preventive cardiologist. Bempedoic acid is an oral cholesterol medication that works upstream of statins in the same pathway. It inhibits ATP citrate lyase, so it decreases cholesterol production in the liver and increases LDL receptor activity. That's the key difference between it and the statins. It's a prodrug activated only in the liver, not the muscle. That matters because muscle symptoms, or concern about possible muscle symptoms, is the number one concern patients have about statins. And in trials, bempedoic acid has muscle side effects similar to placebo. Sounds great. How effective is it? On its own, it lowers LDL 15 to 25%. But when you combine it with ezetimibe, you get closer to 35 to 40% LDL reduction. That's similar to a moderate intensity statin. Statins have another benefit though. They lower CRP 20 to 40%, reflecting a true anti-inflammatory effect in addition to lipid lowering that few people talk about. That helps with plaque stabilization and lowering event rates. Well, bempedoic acid also lowers hsCRP, just by a little bit less, 20 to 30%, but that's still anti-inflammatory benefit as well. What about outcomes? Does it actually reduce cardiovascular events? That's where the CLEAR Outcomes trial comes in. This was a study in about 14,000 statin-intolerant patients. Bempedoic acid lowered LDL by about 20% and resulted in 13% reduction in risk of major cardiovascular events. Interestingly, the benefit was stronger in primary prevention. So yes, this is one of the few oral non-statin therapies that has outcomes-based evidence. What are the downsides? There are a few to know. It can increase uric acid, so there's a small increased risk of gout. There's also the risk of tendon weakness or rarely even tendon rupture if you're gunning for a pro pickleball career, though most people would rather prevent a coronary artery rupture between the two. You might also see a mild increase in creatinine or liver enzymes, but overall it's very safe and well tolerated. You might say, sold, what's the downside? Well, it's expensive. I prescribed a statin this week and it cost my patient 6 cents per day, or less than $6 for a 90-day supply. Bempedoic acid can be $400 per month, depending on insurance coverage in the US. So where does it fit clinically? It's a bridge between ezetimibe and the PCSK9 inhibitors. If you're a patient that can't or won't tolerate statins, that tried ezetimibe but isn't a goal, or you don't want injections that come with PCSK9 inhibitors. Bempedoic acid is a reasonable next step for those patients. It's not for everyone, but for the right patient, especially those with statin repeatable true side effects, it's one of the most important new tools we have for lowering LDL and reducing cardiovascular risk. This is preventive cardiology. Don't have a heart attack or stroke because you heard misinformation about statins or are one of the rare patients with true side effects. There are safe, effective alternatives.